How you doing, everyone? My name is Ernie Mariscal, former Sergeant First Class in the United States Army. I served 21 years. When I retired in 2012, I figured that every company, every business would be hiding like under my bed, behind my closet, behind every door in my drawers. When I would open something, they would like jump out, "Hey, I need you to come work for me." I pictured all these things. But guess what? None of that happened. I figured, why wouldn't they? I was in charge of a 73-man platoon. I was in charge of millions and millions of dollars of equipment. Took my soldiers to combat. Brought them through combat. I did all these extraordinary things. But when they didn't call me, I started questioning my accomplishments. I started questioning who I was. And worst of all, I started questioning my worth. You see, when I tried to be in the civilian world, I felt like I didn't fit in. I felt that they should understand what a veteran is. I felt like they should understand how it feels to be in combat and not knowing if we're going to live day by day while you're deployed. I expected them to know that. And when I went through 5 jobs in 6 months, because I couldn't adapt to them, they were ungrateful. They didn't understand. What I started doing was drinking heavily. I was trying to find answers because I had no mission no more. I didn't know what to do. I started isolating myself. And I would be in the garage all by myself. I wouldn't even talk to my wife. And I started feeling sorry for myself. And I was going deeper and deeper into a depression to a point where I didn't even want to live anymore. And in that moment, one of my darkest times, where I started making plans, I get a phone call. It was a teacher asking me if I would go to her classroom and talk about my military career. At first, I wanted to say no, but something told me to say yes. So I get there. And as I'm sitting in the back of the classroom, they introduced me. And as I stood in front of that classroom, I felt peace again. I felt humble. And best of all, I felt worth. And when I started explaining about my military career, one of the students raised their hand and asked me, "What is a veteran?" In my career, I served with great men and women. But in that moment, there was one thing that happened that stood out when she asked me that. It was one cold morning, Fort Benning, Georgia, 2005. I got introduced to a new guy, Sergeant Chatham. They brought him over to me and they were like, "Sergeant Mariscal, Sergeant Chatham, new guy, he's going to be doing PT with you." I said, "Got that." I had a big old smile on my face because you know what happens when we get a new guy? I'm about to smoke him. Now, I had explained that to a civilian what smoking means. And basically we want them to either pass out or throw up, So I was like, "Hey, Sergeant Chatham, nice to meet you. I'm Sergeant Mariscal. Hey, go ahead and stretch out. We're going to go at about 4 to 5 mile run." See, back then I could run a lot. It may not look like it now, but I could. And so he stretches out and we go on this run. And we're going at a good pace. We're running around the airport, Fort Benning. And on the way back, we had one more obstacle. And that was Cardiac Hill. And the reason it's named Cardiac Hill, because it's broken a lot of hearts. So we hit the bottom of Cardiac Hill. We start running up Cardiac Hill. And, we're both neck and neck. I can see him out of the corner of my eye, but we're still pushing each other. And I'm not going to be the loser of this run. So we're going. We get to the top of the hill. We got about another quarter mile to go to the end of our run. So we finish. And I look at him and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, brother? How you feeling?" He's huffing and puffing, which is normal. And he's like, "I'm doing pretty good. It's just my legs bother me a little bit." And that moment, I was like, yes, I got him. I beat him. So I felt all this pride knowing that I beat him. So I was like, all right, hey, well, 09, I'll meet you down at the motor pool because we were both instructors at the time. So I get there before him, and I'm sitting down. I see Sergeant Chatham walking in, and he's limping. And again, I got a big old smile on my face, and as he gets closer, I'm like, hey, brother, how you feeling? He's like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, but my hip, still hurting. My leg's hurting. And I start laughing, and I was like, hey, you want me to go get you some tissues or anything? And he starts laughing, and he goes, he told me to go do something with myself, but I can't say it now. And he sits down right in front of me. Sergeant Chatham leans over and starts lifting up his pant leg. And I'm looking too, with every inch of him lifting up that pant leg, all that pride that I had started turning to guilt. But I didn't let him know that. Sergeant Chatham had a prosthetic leg. And I started thinking in that moment, this guy never told me, hey, Sergeant Mariscal, can you take it easy on me? Because I got a prosthetic leg. Hey, Sergeant Mariscal, can you feel sorry for me because I got a prosthetic leg? Not once did he feel sorry for himself. He then tells me about a year earlier, he was in Iraq and his unit was ambushed, and an RPG hit his Bradley, went through the Bradley, and ripped his leg clean off. He told me the first thing he tried to do was stand up, but he kept falling. The first thing he tried to do was stand up because he wanted to check on his men. This guy, what he did after he got wounded, he put his men before him still, and he was wounded already. But that's who we are. And then he tells me how when he got sent to Germany, he had to learn how to walk again. He had to learn how to be a dad again. He had to learn how to be a husband again. Doing all these things, not once did he feel sorry for himself. But see, in that moment, as me telling that Sergeant Chatham story, I remembered who I was. The thing is, who we are, we adapt, we overcome. When we don't have a mission, we find a mission. When we're feeling down, when we're in that dark room in our mind, we're feeling depressed, we're going to work our way through it. If we can't find the light, we will be the light. Every day, brothers and sisters, we wake up with opportunities. And it's our responsibility to maximize that opportunity. No more can we just sit back and try to find answers by using substances. Let's start investing in ourselves and start pushing ourselves. I went back to school and I got my bachelor's degree and I started working on myself and started investing in myself. I started cutting away all the negative things in my life, like the media. Got out of that. Don't watch the news no more. Social media. All these people that were arguing and stuff, I started taking them off my social media because I started investing in myself. Because if I expect better, I gotta be better. Ain't nobody in this world that can help you but you. You gotta make the choice to start moving forward. Look, we can't change nothing in the past, but we can start changing our future now. So all I'm saying is this. Get a mission. Volunteer out there. Go help out with a baseball team, football team, something. Get your mind into something positive. Because who we are veterans. We overcome and we never accept defeat. Thank you very much. You can find me on social media under Ernie Mariscal, Instagram, Facebook. Please reach out and contact me and let me know how things are going for you. And again, I was in that dark spot, but I had to overcome. I got me a new mission and maximize those opportunities out there. Thank you very much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. And as I always close out my speeches, this is Ernie Mariscal. Keep up the fight.